Hello, everybody. This is Freakin' Rican from Freakin' Rican News Network, and today we're going to be talking about bus driver misconduct. Now, I know I was never the best kid on a bus and didn't realize how distracting it really was until I had kids of my own and just trying to drive a vehicle. But I can't imagine how it is to drive a bus full of kids, but there is a point that you go over the line, and this lady right here, she went way over the line. um I've seen a video maybe 2 weeks ago about a bus driver that was dragging this kid by his ankles off a bus. And this video right here is real disturbing, and you would think that the bus driver, being that she drives this bus, knows that there is a video camera. I guess it didn't matter to her, but thankfully it caught the actions of this bus driver. So I'll let you watch this video real quick.
Okay, let me know when you have your seatbelt buckled.
School bus surveillance cameras are rolling as the driver confronts an 8-year-old girl with autism, blocking the aisle with her leg.
And if you stick your feet out like that again to keep her from moving, you are going to be on the window. Got it?
Police say that bus driver is 64-year-old Kim Klopson of Vacaville. They say she was on her way to drop off students at Browns Valley Elementary, but as the special needs kids get off the bus, Klopson grabs the girl's backpack and orders her to stay seated.
Because you're misbehaving. As always.
A few minutes go by. Then a teacher's aide comes to get the girl, but the driver is now taunting her as she cries hysterically.
Because Izzy's acting like she's younger than her baby sister. Oh, Izzy's only 2. How old is Izzy?
Then Klopson closes the bus door. The aide walks away, and it gets physical.
Hey, you done? Let's go.
For almost 4 more minutes, the driver is alone with the girl, yanking her up and back down, ripping off her jacket, and eventually dragging her off the bus as the aide finally comes back to get her.
It's absolutely bone-chilling to see the way this adult woman treats this child.
Micah Star Liberty is representing the family. They plan to sue the Vacaville School District.
And what you're seeing is horrific mistreatment and abuse by an adult bus driver.
The district says it fired the driver right away, and she has pleaded not guilty to a child abuse charge. But parents here at the school say they still have questions about bus driver training and oversight.
I would like to know what kind of training programs they have in place, and after these training programs, are they following up?
A district spokeswoman tells us in part, every bus driver has an annual evaluation that includes a ride-along with a supervisor. Klopson had hundreds of hours of professional development training, including special education training.
The district needs to not just train its employees, but make sure that that training is effective.
Alright, people, every time I see this video, it it gets me upset. It fires me up. And it doesn't matter how much training this lady has, a ride along or whatever, but they're acting like if she was to do this stuff right here, that she would do it when she's being supervised or while she's having somebody ride along with her, which is not the case. She's not going to do that while somebody's around. And I just wonder how long she's been driving this bus, and before a camera, how much of this she's actually done. So there's no need in that. Alright, got another one. Former school bus driver charged with multiple counts of child sex abuse. A former IDEA bus driver has been charged with multiple counts of continuous sexual abuse of a young child. An investigation began on April 20th when a complainant reported that several students attending an IDEA public school in Hidalgo County made outcries of inappropriate touching by their former bus driver, identified as 59-year-old Jose Luis Garza. During an interview at the Children's Advocacy Center in Edinburgh, the students, a 5-year-old girl and two 8-year-old girls, said Garza inappropriately touched them on multiple occasions while riding the school bus. The alleged sexual contact spanned from August 2017 through May 2018. Throughout the course of an investigation, the sheriff's office obtained sufficient probable cause to show that Garza had committed the sexual abuse, according to the news release. Garza was arrested on Friday and has been charged with 3 counts of continuous sexual abuse of a young child, all first-degree felonies. He was transported to the Hidalgo County Jail on $320,000 bond. Sick, man. It's sick. You know, we we send our kids on a bus and have to worry about people like this guy and people like that woman. It's already bad enough with all the stuff that's happening in schools and the stuff happening with teachers in schools. And then, we got to deal with bus drivers. Here's another guy. Glendale police believe there may be additional victims of a school bus driver suspected of having inappropriate sexual contact with children. Dennis Alcazar, a 34-year-old resident of Los Angeles, was arrested earlier this month on suspicion of false imprisonment and substantial sexual conduct with a child under 14. The investigation began last October after officers responded to a report from the Glendale Unified School District of possible sexual misconduct involving a 4-year-old student. She's special needs and she has a hard time communicating, but through communicating with her parents, she was able to tell them there were concerns between her and the bus driver. He said the child would be the first person the driver would pick up in the morning as part of his route, meaning he would have access to her for a period of time alone. The 4-year-old alleged that Alcazar would inappropriately touch her during this time alone. Sick, man. This dude's sick. He had her in a confined way where she couldn't get away from him and put her in a precarious situation in a manner that was illegal. Excuse me. It also says, during the investigation, Suttle said detectives found that Alcazar was involved in a similar incident in Bell Gardens around 2013. That victim was also a 4-year-old girl. Officers interviewed the now 9-year-old who alleged sexual misconduct on the part of Alcazar. If he was involved in a similar incident back then for one, there's no telling since then how long he's been doing this, and where was this background check on this bus driver? I mean, come on, people. We gotta do some some background vetting on some of these teachers and bus drivers. It's just getting ridiculous. This sick guy right here, man. He's sick. Mm. All right, people. Just wanted to bring that to your attention and talk to your kids. If they drive a bus or even if they ride a bus, or even talk to them about teachers at school. Just talk to your kids. Social media isn't everything. Spend some time with them, talk to them, let them be comfortable to come tell you things like this, because you never know. But this is Freaking Rican, Freaking Rican News Network, and I'll keep bringing you stories in the future. Alright, everybody. Peace.